Well, welcome to our live stream from Fans Banter. Man City versus Liverpool in the Premiership. Hoping for a really good game today. Two teams that really do like to play football, so I don't think we'll see many long throws today, which have been the feature of the weekend, I'd say. And today is Pep Guardiola's 1000th game in charge. Great record for Pep. I think you see on the scroll there at the end of the screen. I think that's going to be the Liverpool starting lineup. I wouldn't be surprised though if Kirk has space. I haven't seen the lineups. I haven't bothered looking at them. They'll come up on the TV now in a second. But I wouldn't be surprised if Kirk has started instead of Andy Robertson. I wouldn't imagine too much else would change in the team. But really looking forward to today's game. Arsenal drew yesterday, of course. I don't think today is a make or break game for either team. I think it's too early in the season for that. I just hope for a good game. And of course, the Liverpool win. Yeah. I'd settle for a draw though. I think today will be a score draw. There's no reason to feel overconfident really going to Man City and expecting us to win. I think even at the best of times, a draw would possibly be the result, although Liverpool did beat them twice last season. Yeah, I'll go for a draw. City are playing well at the moment. Liverpool are getting back to somewhat like they were last season. I wouldn't say they're there yet, but they're getting there, getting close. Just looking forward to today's game. Yeah, so my lineup would be obviously I prefer to have Alisson in goal, but he's not back yet. Marmardashvili would be in goal. My right full would be Conor Bradley. The two centre halves really do pick themselves now, don't they? Kanate and Van Dijk. Yeah, I would prefer Andy Robertson, but there you go. I think our midfield will be McAllister, Szoboszlai, Liverpool's player of the season so far by miles. Gravenberch. I go with Verts. And then up the two up front to be Ekitike and Salah. So I don't think too much will change. I think the only one that will change will be possibly Robertson. We'll see. I haven't seen him yet, as I said. But looking forward to today's game. No idea what the Man City lineup will be. Not really bothered really. They're all good players, so whatever team he puts out is going to be a good team. Wife is inside. She's watching the game. She's a Man City supporter. So we'll see what happens. We'll see who will be smiling in about 90 minutes or so, 95 minutes, a little bit longer, 100 minutes maybe. So it's not long to kick off now. It's 10 minutes, 8 minutes. So the league, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City third, Sunderland fourth, Spurs and Liverpool are sixth. 8 points behind Arsenal. As I say, it's too early in the season. I don't mind that really. I think Arsenal will bottle it eventually. I thought even yesterday they might have felt some of the pressure starting to build already. Although Sunderland are a good team, unbeaten at home this season, doing well for a newly promoted team. There you go. There's a lot of football to be played. Between now and the end of the season. Plenty of points to be won, plenty of points to be lost. And I think all the top teams will lose points, I think. Roy Keane is on the panel. Richards. Players are in the tunnel. So definitely not long to go. Pretty excited for today's game, I have to say. Liverpool need to keep up their recent better form than they had been shown previously in the last few weeks. But yeah, getting back to winning ways. But more importantly, getting back to more solid performances, and Robertson is starting by the looks of things. So I think it's as I would have hoped, or would have predicted. Yeah, score draw, I think. Unbeaten in 4 Premier League games with Man City. We've won 2 and we've drawn 2. City have won the last 4 out of the last 5 games, and Liverpool have lost 4 out of the last 5 games. So, on form, you would say it should be a City win. But Liverpool will probably score. We've scored in all games this season so far. So, if City are going to beat us, they're going to have to score twice. So, how do Liverpool win? I think one of the keys for Liverpool in winning today, if they do win, is to stop the ball getting to Haaland. Overall, he doesn't contribute too much. If he doesn't get the ball, he's not going to score. And he is a goal machine, but he does have to get the ball. So I think that's the key. Liverpool's midfield is the key to winning today. I do think Liverpool's midfield are better than City's midfield, by the way. Yeah, it looks like, as you would have thought, for City as well. So here's the City team. Pep, 1,000. Donnarumma in goal, 1,000 games in charge. Nunez, Diaz, Guardiola, O'Reilly, yeah. Silva, Gonzalez and Foden. Foden's been playing well lately, hasn't he? Cherky and Dorku. And then of course Erling Haaland. So yeah, stop the ball getting to Haaland. And we stand a good chance, I suppose. And the Liverpool, I'll see if it's the same as the ticker. I haven't looked. Marmardashvili. Yeah, Bradley, Kanate, Van Dijk, Robertson. Yeah, the same team as I have. Gravenberch, McAllister. Salah, Szoboszlai and Wirtz. I could take you up front. Still no starting place for Chiesa. Probably wouldn't have started him in this game anyway, but still no starting spot for him. I was watching an interview on the TV this morning on YouTube, and Chiesa, I haven't got a cappuccino, but Chiesa says you can drink cappuccino after 12 o'clock, so I just have a Pepsi today. I'll probably get a cappuccino at half time. I was in Italy early in the year, and I was looking for a cappuccino at 3 o'clock, and the guy wouldn't make me one. Don't know what that was all about. And here are the ceremonies this week as well. The poppies are going out. So yeah, Pep Guardiola, 1,000 games in charge. He's had some good teams. Is he a lucky manager or is he a great manager? I don't know. He's had a lot of good players in his time. A lot of good players. maybe if he was at one of the weaker teams in the Premiership, we might see how good of a manager he is. Maybe a team like Arsenal. Just joking. Yeah, but when you think of the players that Pep has had down over the years, really amazing set of players. He's been I won't say a lucky manager, he's just had great players at his disposal. But that's it though, when you're a good manager, good teams want you, I suppose. That's another way of looking at it. Not long now. Yeah, just stop Haaland. I know they've other players, but Haaland is their main goal getter, isn't he? Liverpool need to put on a good show today, though. Just to continue, just to keep the confidence going. Which, on the outside, it looks like it took a bit of a bashing. But maybe not. Maybe it's just a lot of media noise and stuff. Speaking about noise, Arne Slot has quietened some of the noise about him, wasn't it? Even you look at other Liverpool sites and social media, people were sort of screaming for him to be sacked. Yeah, maybe if they lost the last 4 games, there might have been a lot of noise for him to be sacked, but I don't think Liverpool were going to do that. Right, here we go. Getting ready to go. Big day for Pep. Let's spoil it on him. Etihad looks great. Nice stadium. I was there with the wife a couple of years back. Lovely chicken curry there actually. In the hospitality lounge. Here we go. Liverpool kick-off. Long ball up. McAllister. Jeremy Doku go down the wing. What's wrong with that? Yeah, I fixed it. It's grand now. Yeah, so City just have it now. Just Silva plays it out to Diaz. All right. Yeah, just playing around with it at the back. Easing their way into the game. Liverpool just holding their shape. Letting City have the ball. Yeah, looking forward to today's game. 2 teams that like to play football. So the ball should be on the ground an awful lot. Szoboszlai gets it. Gives it to Bradley. Van Dijk then out to Robertson. Back to Van Dijk. Now Liverpool's turn to get a feel. Play with the ball for a little bit. Kind of slow start by both teams. Measured. Bradley had a great game against Madrid, didn't he? There's the first foul of the day. Gravenberch not happy. Yeah, it was a foul. Just stuck his foot in, left it in on O'Reilly. O'Reilly just goes over it. Yeah, it's a free kick. Nothing more than a free kick, just a free kick. Silva gets it in the centre circle. Gives it out to Diaz. They give it away. Liverpool get it. Liverpool give it back away. Goes out. Throw to City. It's Gravenberch's second foul in as many minutes. This time on Dorku. Keeps doing that, he's going to get a yellow card. Another 2 or 3 fouls in this half and he'll be booked for persistent fouling. But it's early days. Players are just off feeling each other out. Both teams showing each other a lot of respect. City down the wing, comes into the box. Canada gets to it. Doku was bustling his way through. McAllister just hooks it clear. And another throw to City. Won't be a long throw though. Doku just bustling his way through. Powerful guy. Szoboszlai. Ekiteke, Salah. Back to Gravenberch. Gravenberch gives it back to Konate. Konate gives it wide to Robertson. Back to Van Dijk. Just passing it around the back line. Good ball from Konate to Salah. Szoboszlai loses it. Comes off Bradley. Another throw. Yeah, quiet start. That's okay. I think by this time yesterday in the Arsenal game there'd been 2 corners and 4 long throws into the box. This game's probably going to be a game more for the purists. Wirtz has it. Loses it. Silva. Foden. Puts it wide to Dorku. Doku puts it through. Ooh, Foden nearly got through. Nearly picked it up. Just couldn't reach it. It was a good ball from Doku. Yeah, got it on the halfway line. Foden is breaking through Liverpool. Hits it and just couldn't take it in his stride. And Van Dijk sees it out for a goal kick. Oh, just bounces over his foot. Unlucky Foden. Too bad. Long ball out of defence by Konate. Ekiteke is challenging for it. Salah has it. Salah's through. Tries to get off a weak shot. I think it was Diaz that got his foot in. Could have been Guardiola. Bradley. All nice and controlled at the moment. Marmardashvili just gives it out to Kanate. Sabazalai back to Kanate. Chips it up. Good ball. Gravenberch loses it. Sabazalai wins it back, and that's another free. Another free to City. Bradley facing up Doku. Beats him. Oh. There's City are appealing for a penalty. Doku got the ball being a mix-up of the two Liverpool players. Marmardashvili came out. Yeah, they're looking at VAR now. So Doku had it. He takes on Bradley. Bradley seemed to have it under his control. There was a mix-up between Kanate and Bradley. It goes to Doku. Marmardashvili comes out. No, he catches his foot with his knee, or does he catch? There's two ways of looking at it. He hits him with his knee. They'll send him over to the monitor. It's going to be a soft penalty if it's given. I mean, there's contact. The smallest amount of contact. But does he leave his foot there? The ref is still looking at it. It's Michael Oliver and VAR, I heard, isn't it? Of course he's going to send the ref over to the monitor. The ref didn't give it in real time. Yeah, I think he's going to give it. I think he's going to give the penalty. There you go. When you consider what wasn't given for a penalty in the earlier game between Brentford and Newcastle, Dan Burn clearly kicks the player. The player that he kicks actually got booked, and Dan Burn was let off with it. And then after that he gave away another penalty which actually didn't look half as bad as the first one that should have been a penalty. And he ended up getting sent off. Look, they're giving the penalty. There we go. Doesn't miss many penalties, Haaland, so... Oh, a save. Great save, Marmardashvili. Yes. Well done. Good save. It wasn't in the corner, but he got down to it well. Wasn't a great penalty, in fairness. But, you know, saves it. Stays 0-0. But yeah, I thought it was a soft penalty. I knew he was going to give it there once he goes over to the monitor. There is a slightest bit of contact, but not enough for a penalty, I didn't think. I expected Haaland to score, to be honest. But he didn't. Free to Liverpool. The shot just shown the yeah. Do you know what? The more I see it now, I don't think there's enough contact there for a penalty. But then again, we know who's in VAR, so he was always going to call it, the referee. Wasn't a great penalty. Marmardashvili got down very well to his left and saved it. Haaland standing there with his hands on his hips. So we reset, we go again. But it was a mix. Oh, they're through again. Virgil comes across. He gets taken out by Silva. And that's a yellow card. Silva gets away with this all the time. It's a yellow card. Yep. See, there's more contact there than there was for the Man City penalty. I mean, it's a free kick, but it's also a yellow card. He gets away with it all the time. All the time. So here we go, City have the ball again. Yeah, I think City have had the best of the opening 15 minutes anyway. Virgil van Dijk. Was that a shot? I think it was, you know. Donnarumma must have been off his line. The ball dropped to Virgil van Dijk and he just put his foot through it. So Konate stands on the ball. Gives it back to the goalie. Back out to Konate. Hits it up to Salah. Salah can't control it. Here's Doku now, out on the wing. Bradley's coming to pass it inside. Cherke shoots. Who does it hit? Hit Konate. Does it hit Van Dijk and goes over the bar for a corner? I think it hits Konate. Van Dijk and Konate come together. Here we go. Corner for City. Foden in. Konate heads out. Goal kick, Liverpool. Liverpool haven't really offered anything going forward yet. It's been mostly City for the first 17 minutes. Ekateke tries to pressure Donnarumma. Just puts it out to the full back. Bradley tries to sneak in. He wins it. Going backwards. Wayward pass to Kanade. Comes back to Marmadashvili. He just stands on it for a couple of minutes. Yeah, it's not a great start from Liverpool, to be honest. Back to the goalie. He hits it long. Verts has it now. Wrong pass. Oh, Ekateke has it. Robertson. Verts played the wrong pass there. Should have slipped Ekateke through. He played it to the left of him. He needed it on the right. So Mo Salah, first time he's really touched the ball, I think. Gravenberch goes backwards to Kanate. Over to Virgil van Dijk. Virgil strides up, knocks it back to Robertson, goes back to Kanate on the halfway line. At least they have the ball for a little bit longer this time. Because it's been all City for the first 17 minutes, I'd say. Bradley plays her over the top. Salah is trying to get on the end of it. Gets on the end of it. O'Reilly stands him up. He hits it back to Gravenberch. Bradley overlaps. Goes back to Salah. Salah's on the edge of the box. Pops it back to McAllister. And McAllister goes back towards the halfway line. Back to Kanate. Into Szoboszlai. He tries a little flick header to Wirtz. Doesn't work out. Ball is in the air. City clear it. Bernardo Silva just hooks it out for a throw. That's better from Liverpool. That's much better. Somebody's down. Who's down? O'Reilly. I think he's done his calf muscle. I didn't see any kick or contact. Yeah, I think he's going to be coming off. So 550 games for Man City for Pep Guardiola. That's twice as many as he's had for Barcelona. He seemed to be at Barcelona an awful long time. Yeah, I think it's an early share for O'Reilly. He's trying to stretch it out. Maybe not. Oh yeah, he sort of twisted it. He went to block Salah's shot and he twisted funny. I think that's what's after happening to him. So O'Reilly makes his way to the sideline. Let's see if he's coming off now or not. Doesn't look like he's coming off. Looks like he wants to go back on. He's doing a little dance there on the sideline. Nice little jig. Liverpool take the throw. Crossfield ball from Van Dijk to Salah. He's not going to get there. It's going to run out. City down in their left-hand corner now beside the corner flag. O'Reilly's looking to come back on. Here comes the throw. And Salah fouls somebody. And he's shouting out some instructions there on the sideline. So here we go. David Silva humps it long up the pitch. Haaland is fighting with Kanate. Bradley takes over, hits it back to Van Dijk, goes back to the keeper. Haaland tries to chase him down, goes out to Andy Robertson. Come on, Andy Robertson. Plays a long ball, Ekateke. The ball went out. The linesman said the ball was out. Throw on the halfway line to City. Another throw. City bring it forward. Foden tips it back. Silva is on the wing. Holds up for a while. Yeah. Foden has it. Just lays it off to Silva. I think Núñez just put it straight out for a throw. Apart from the penalty decision, it's been pretty uneventful so far. I think City have settled better than Liverpool, that's for sure. They've had the better of it so far, without actually creating too much themselves. Haaland has it in the middle, lays it off to Foden. Foden gives it out to Doku. He takes on Bradley. Bradley sticks with it. Doku gets in the shot, hits the side netting. They're looking for a corner. I think it went straight out. Yeah, Doku was just imposing his physical strength on Bradley at the moment. Is it a save? He gets his hand to it, but it was going wide. So corner. In deep, Kanade up, wins it. City have it just on the edge of the box, comes back to Foden. Salah beats him, Salah takes it out, he loses it. Doku has it now. Tries to play it through to Foden, it's blocked. Wirtz comes away with it. Goes past two City players and they drag him down. That's a yellow card. Yeah, Nico. Yeah, you just dragged him down, yeah. It's a yellow card. That's that's generally what happens when you grab somebody around the neck. And then he goes, "What, me? Yeah, you. Yep, yeah, it's you. Yellow card for you, Nico Gonzalez." O'Reilly's just holding off Salah. He's just going to go over now and look for the foul. Salah's a bit of a wrestling match going on there. Foden comes back to help. He takes it. Yeah, City played away out there well, actually. Cherky little layoff. City break down the right. Van Dijk comes out. Goes back to Bernardo Silva. Cherky again. Diaz has it, gives it back to him. City still on the right. Cross comes in. Haaland gets up. 1-0. It's a great header from Haaland. Ball came across from the right. Haaland beats the Liverpool defender and heads it back in the direction he came from. Keeper no chance. 1-0 to City. Probably deserve their lead, to be honest. I don't think Liverpool have settled too well. Doesn't make it any easier though, mind you. Yeah, so it comes over. Yeah, he beats Kanate. I think it's Nunes puts it across. Haaland gets up. No, it's not Nunes. Fernandes. Oh, it's not a header. It's a lucky goal. I think it comes off his shoulder. Anyway. 1-0 City. Liverpool haven't had a shot on target in the 30th minute now. They haven't done much going forward. It's a poor performance from Liverpool so far. City are trying to play out. Okay, here comes City now. Plays it through to Haaland. Haaland is holding off Kanate. Puts it through to Doku. Doku gets it across and Marmardashvili collects it. Okay, Salah puts across the pitch to Wirtz. Wirtz tries to shoot, gets blocked down. Robertson has it now. Chips it in. Too high for Szoboszlai. Foden picks it up. Gives it to Silva. Out to Cherki. Oh, misplaced pass. Szoboszlai picks it up. Ekiteke loses it far too easy. And it goes back to Donnarumma. So City come again. Yeah, Foden is dropping really deep now to get the ball. Yeah, the way things are going now, I take a draw. Van Dijk rushes in. Gives away a free kick on the halfway line. Yeah. He's telling people to get stuck into them. God, it's not great now, I have to say. Disappointing so far. O'Reilly has it. Bradley forces him out, gives it to Doku. He's going to take on Bradley. Just Bradley trying to stand him up. There we go. He puts it back. Comes back to Diaz. Nunes. Silva. I mean, there's talk about Liverpool not being in great form, and they've had a few tough games, I suppose. The Aston Villa game, and then they had the Real Madrid game, and I wonder if they don't have the same energy about them as they did in those two games. That's for sure. I wonder if the minutes now are catching up on them. Arne Slot was talking about minutes, managing minutes and players' legs and things like that. I wonder if it's just starting to catch up. Because they look a bit sluggish. That's the word I would use. City looked the brighter, looked to have more energy about them. Liverpool keep trying to slow the game down, and I can understand that, but you're 1-0 down now. But they're still playing at what would be a slow pace. Dashvili's hoofs it up. Teke tries to take it in, doesn't come his way. Just doesn't seem to be the energy. Arne Slot doesn't make changes at half time, but perhaps today he should. I don't know what he's going to do. What changes is he going to make? I mean, Chiesa would be a good bet for a start. Just to give that energy in the team. There's another yellow card. This time McAllister. Here comes City again. Yeah, they have players available everywhere, but that's a bad pass. Andy Robertson. Oh, it's actually Wirtz just picks it up, gives it to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai looks backwards first, then he gives it in to McAllister. McAllister skips past one, then loses it but gets a free kick. McAllister across the pitch, looking for Andy Robertson. Takes it into himself. Liverpool get a throw. Szoboszlai has it, gives it to Andy Robertson, back to Szoboszlai. Wirtz is looking for it. Szoboszlai plays a long ball across the pitch. Salah stops it from going out, picks it up, takes on Riley. He tries to flick it in at the outside of his left foot. Riley stops it. Liverpool get a corner. So, is it the first corner? The first corner for Liverpool, I think. Salah's going to put it in. Come on, for fuck's sake. Up we go. Yes! Virgil van Dijk. What a goal. 1-1. It looked easy in the end, didn't it? It actually looked really easy. It's the first shot on target in the game. Hold on. What's going on here? They've given Andy Robertson offside. I mean, he's in an offside position, but he ducks. He's not blocking the view of the goalkeeper. Ah, for fuck's sake. You're fucking joking. Right. Yeah, I don't think that's all. I mean, he's in an offside position, but he's not blocking the view of the goalkeeper because the ball is coming across from the other side. There's no way is he blocking the view of the goalkeeper. All he does is duck to get out of the way. It's a fucking goal, like. The keeper can see the ball clearly. It's just typical. It really is. It's just typical. So still 1-0 City. Verts wins it off Cherky. Goes around and Silva takes him down again. Now that's a yellow card, and Silva should have been booked for his tackle on Van Dijk. He gets away with it week after week after week after week. It's because he's vertically challenged, isn't it, that he gets away with these stupid tackles. It's a clear yellow card, and the one on Van Dijk was a yellow card as well. It's only his second yellow card for the whole season, and then that in itself is an unbelievable stat. Every week, every game I watch Man City, he fouls every single game over and over and over again. Paul Scholes for United used to get away with it as well. Salah plays at the Verts. Verts turns, shoots, blocks down. Ekateke. McAllister chips it up. City clear it. Oh, what's Marmadashvili doing? What is he doing? Just leave the ball for the defender. What is he doing out there? Yeah, Paul Scholes. I spent 10 years looking at him fouling people. And people just say, oh, we just can't tackle. Yeah. No shit, Sherlock. And Silva is the same. Shot comes off Kanate's head, goes out for a corner. Nico Gonzalez had a shot from about 25 yards. Hits off the back of Kanate's head and goes out for a corner. Why does it always rain in Manchester? Haaland tries to flick it on. Goes out for a goal kick. They're showing the goal again. I can't really see it. I don't think it's a clear header. I mean, if it's a clear header, it's a good goal. But I think it comes off his shoulder or something. And just loops into the goal. Anyway, here's Liverpool. Long ball from Van Dijk looking for Salah. Salah's getting dragged by O'Reilly again. Now he's getting pushed. And he's looking for a free kick. And what do? They give a throw in to City. I'm getting frustrated now. I was trying to remain calm, but now I'm just getting frustrated. Okay, here we go. McAllister. Back to Kanate on the halfway line. Bradley's not getting forward at all. Well, I suppose he's getting pinned back, but he has the ball now, but he doesn't try to move forward with it. He just gives it back into Kanate. Kanate then tries to find Robertson, and it just floats over his head and goes out for a City throw. 44 minutes. City 1, Liverpool 0. They should pressure Donnarumma because he's rubbish with his feet. When they pass it back, they don't pressure him at all. They just let him just tip it and then just pass it out. But he's actually rubbish with his feet. It's a well-known fact that he's rubbish with his feet. That's why they were surprised when City signed him. It doesn't suit the Pep way of playing. Gravenberch on Bradley against Dorku. Dances a little bit and then just gives it back. O'Reilly gives it back out to Dorku. Bradley goes out to him on his own. Gravenberch helps him. He just slides it through to O'Reilly in the box. He comes back out again. Bradley gets his foot to it and just kicks it out for a little throw. Cherky gives it out to Matheus Nunes. Back to Cherky. Diaz plays it through to Foden. Goes back out. Cherky in the centre. Go to him, Van Dijk. Van Dijk just stands off again. He should have shot. The City player should have shot. Van Dijk just stood there like a statue. He does that. Oh, half-time can't come quick enough. City are going to score again if half-time doesn't come. 7 minutes. Where are you getting the 7 minutes from? I hope they show me that again because Van Dijk, you go to the player with the ball. The corner for City. Haaland flicks it on. It comes out to Doku. He kicks it back in. Van Dijk, let's just say, agriculturally tries to clear it. Is that a word? I'm sure it is. I don't know. He's going to shoot. Yep. And fucking kidding me. Nico Gonzalez shoots, and I don't know who it comes off. There's Silva giving it loads to the crowd. Relax, will you? But it's a shit first half on Liverpool. It really is. Absolute shit. Plays it out to him. Comes off Van Dijk. But he's not even moving to stop it. It's not like he put his foot out to try and... His feet are planted. All he does, he sticks a little fucking heel out. Oh, well done, Van Dijk, yeah. Just sticks his little heel out. You'd been better off just leaving it. Yeah. What are you smiling about? Pep Guardiola is jumping around like a child who's after getting a bicycle at Christmas. Liverpool are 2-0 down. They've no one to blame but themselves. They're sloppy and lazy. There's no energy about them. Van Dijk doesn't want to get his boots dirty. Don't worry, they'll have somebody to clean them for you after the match. Robertson. Wasn't Robertson. It was Fertz. Fertz loses it again. Here comes City again. They'll fucking score again before half time. Goes past Bradley as if he's not there. Bradley recovers. Well done. Fair play to him. In fairness, Doku took him for speed, but Bradley got back at him and got in the tackle. Michael Oliver is on VAR. That might be a penalty. You have to wait and see. So here we go. Corner. 2-0. I heard the wife screaming inside when the second goal went in. She ain't getting a cup of tea at half time now. She can make her own cup of tea. And if there's any chocolate biscuits, I'm going to eat them all. I know it's early in the season, but probably the least we needed from today is a draw, just to keep things ticking over. But this performance has been particularly poor, I think. And here's me possibly thinking we could sneak a win. I was settling for a score draw, but I was, half thinking, maybe we could get a win today. Really kick us on. But they've been shit. Gravenberch. Robbo. Back to Canate, Mr. Clean Boots, and there goes half time. So yeah, shit half from Liverpool. City do what they do. They've scored 2 goals. They missed a penalty. Could be worse, It could be 3. That's how bad Liverpool were this half. I don't think Andy Robertson was interfering with the goalkeeper, so I think that goal should have stood. But it could be 3-1 now. And that's pretty shit. Now I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. The wife can make her own tea. I'm not making a cup of tea for her because I heard her screaming. Alright, back. Michael Richards was saying at half time that he thought the Liverpool goal shouldn't have been disallowed, and I agree with him. Obviously you can't show it here, but from the angle that the header comes from, Donnarumma can clearly see the ball the whole way. What's Andy Robertson supposed to do? Okay, you can say he should have got out quicker. Yeah, that's grand, he should have got out quicker. But he's not interfering. All he does is duck. It's a big changing point in the game, to be quite honest. I mean, let's face it, Liverpool have been shit. Like, they've been really shit in the first half. He won't make changes at half time because he never makes changes at half time. He could make changes. He could take off 2 or 3. He could take off Salah for a start and play on Chiesa. Salah hasn't done anything in the game. He'd probably score 2 goals now. Watch in the second half. I doubt it though. But yeah, the disallowed goal is a big changes the game hugely, in my opinion. Not that my opinion counts or anything. I've only been watching Liverpool for 50 years. But yeah, we need to get a draw. I know it's early in the season, but it's frustrating. I don't want to go back to the days where we were watching Liverpool and the league was over by Christmas. We were too far adrift every time. We don't want to be playing just for the Champions League. We want to be winning things. We want to win the Premiership. But Van Dijk has to do better for Nico Gonzalez's shot. He really does. You just can't flick your heel out. Either leave it or try stop it. What's with the flicking of the heel? If he doesn't do anything, if he just stands still, the keeper saves it. If you're not going to go full-blooded, don't do anything, just leave it. I have my cup of tea. I even had a Bakewell jam tart. I went into the kitchen. My wife was laughing at me. Said, "Are you enjoying the game?" Pfft. Yeah, but it's only football. I'll be all right after the game is over. When I was younger, I used to brood on these things for a couple of days after Liverpool performed badly. Not anymore. Get excited during the game. But once the game is over, the game is over. It's consigned to history. Yeah, they're showing the goal again. Look, it's a goal. There's the linesman. There you go with your yellow flag. Yeah, you put your flag up. Yeah, you think this is bad? I'll be doing Ireland during the week. Ireland are in. They need 2 wins, don't they? They're playing Portugal, then they go away to Hungary. I'll do a watch along with Ireland. I won't near get half as heated watching Ireland because they're not great. Anything we get with them is a bonus. They're playing Portugal, by the way, if anybody doesn't know. Just on international football, while on the break here, you'll see there was a lot of noise Yeah, there we go. The same players are out doing the little warm up in the little huddles. If they ran enough in the first half, they wouldn't need to warm up. Yeah, a lot of talk about Welbeck getting back into the English team. I can't see that. He didn't get in anyway, but I knew he wouldn't get in. He might be playing well now, scoring a few goals, but the World Cup is not for another 8 months. Is it? 8 months nearly? Be too old. Bellingham is back in. He was always going to get back in. Foden is back in. It's amazing that he wasn't in the squad anyway. But that's enough about the English national team. Here we go, second half. Has to be better than the first half. Can't be any worse. Well, it could be worse. They could score 3. That'd make it worse, wouldn't it? Yeah, as predicted. Of course there's no changes at half time. Arne Slot doesn't make changes at half time. So Salah out on the right. O'Reilly faces him up. Passes it inside. Ekitike still in the box. Salah tries to shoot. Hits a Man City player. Bounces out. McAllister picks it up. Gravenberch has it now. He's looking for somebody to pass it to. He gives it to Conor Bradley, who's in the middle of the park for some reason. Now he's trying to get back across the other side. Robertson tries to play a little 1-2 with Ekitike and doesn't come off. So if you're down 2-0 at half time, and let's face it, could have been 3. They could have just scored again. Doku just couldn't get up to the ball. Ball came across the 6-yard box. Doku just couldn't get to it. Here's Salah now, just around the pitch. Shit pass. Pass to nobody. He gets it back again. Gives it to Wirtz. Bradley gives it back out to Salah. Salah's going to put it across. He stops. Gives it back to Bradley. Can't pass the ball 5 yards. Bradley has to go get it. Ekitike is out in the wing now. How fit is Isak, by the way? Probably not fit enough to come on for 20 minutes. Wirtz. Szoboszlai is through. Diaz just kicks it out for a corner. Yeah, so if you're down 2-0 at half time and you send the same players out that, let's face it, have been completely outplayed in the first half, it just sends a message that you're happy with the team's first half performance. In my book. I know some managers would have the thought, Patrick, well, you got us into the mess, so you get us out of the mess. So here's a corner. Back post. That's a penalty. It hits. Does it not hit his hand? He Diaz backs into Kanate and then throws himself on the ground. They're given a free kick for that. Anyway. Let's remain calm. Let's have a nice little cup of tea. Lions Original. For those who may be wondering, I did make the wife a cup of tea at half time. I know I said I wouldn't, but I'm a softie. So Kanate has it. He's looking for somebody to pass it to. He's just going to give it to Van Dijk, who in turn is just going to give it out to Robertson. Verts is now coming deep looking for the ball because he's just not in the game. I mean, he gets a few touches, but he's not. He actually hasn't created anything at all. Oh, Salah's through. Keeper comes out. What the hell? Salah was through. The keeper came out. The ball spun off to the right somehow. Don't know if Salah poked it or the defender got a foot to it. But it comes to nothing. All onside. Salah is through. It's the defender. It's a great tackle. Who is it? Diaz, is it? Diaz slides and gets his foot to it just before Salah got to the ball. It's great defending. Hate to say it, but great defending. Right, so Bosley, free kick for Liverpool. We need a goal quick. There's a little powwow going on with a few players. Van Dijk is giving out instructions. Ball comes in. City defender heads it out. Doku picks it up and off he goes. Conor Bradley's chasing him back. Still Doku. Puts it across to Cherke. Shoots. Blocked down by Szoboszlai of all people. And then, who was it that gives away? Conor Bradley gives away a free kick just outside the box. And he gets booked for good measure. That was a quick break from City. It's Nico Gonzalez, I think he kicks. I can't actually see it. Doesn't touch him. He doesn't actually touch him. He just throws himself on the ground. And gets booked. So there you go. City make a substitution. And they're 2 up, by the way, and they're making a substitution. Cherke is going off. Taking his time, mind you. Yeah, just take your time. Big hug from Pep Guardiola. And on comes Savinho. Probably a better player coming on that's going off. Free kick hits the wall. Verts is trying. In fairness to him, he's trying. He was the first Liverpool player to get up to the Man City player. Doku again. Corner to City. Bernardo Silva just hooks up the ball over the Liverpool defender. Savinho runs onto it, tries to cross it, but it goes out for a corner. Foden's going to take the corner. Glad to see Nico Gonzalez has recovered from his terrible accident there with Conor Bradley. And it comes. McAllister misses it, bounces off the City player, and then he hooks it out. They pick it up, give it back to Silva. Everything is going down the left for City. Everything. Oh, he just beats 2 Liverpool players. Gets off a shot. Marmadashvili saves it. Just goes past 2 Liverpool. Goes between them. That's a great bit of skill. But still. Quick feet. Just goes between the 2 of them. Gets off a shot. Straight at the keeper. That's another foul. Who's this then? Guardiola. Just kicked Verts, didn't he? Yeah, slides in, trying to get the ball. Misses the ball completely and gets the player. Oh, here comes the subs. Kerkez and Cody Gakpo. Andy Robertson off, yeah. I actually thought Kerkez would have started today's game because of the games that Andy Robertson has played in for the last 7 or 8 days. 3 starts. Ekateke is off, yeah. It's not surprising, really. Wouldn't be surprised if they had made 3 subs and taken off Salah and put on Chiesa as well. Very high line from Man City for the free kick. Very high. Played it. Haaland gets his foot to it. Clears it. First thing Kerkez does is passes the ball back to Donnarumma. But look, maybe his energy will spark something. Ferris has it just outside the box, right in the middle. Plays it to Bradley. Bradley crosses. Ooh. Nico Gonzalez nearly puts it into his own net. Hits off his knee. Keeper wasn't getting anywhere near it, but it just goes over the post. Come on, lads, you need to get into it. You need to get a goal back quick. Corner. Here we go. Terrible corner. Doesn't beat the first man. Ends all the way back up at the Liverpool goalkeeper. He kicks it long. Liverpool player wins it. Cody Gakpo has it. He's in the box. Passes it back out to McAllister. Across to Bradley. He's going to go to Salah. Come on, Salah. Back to Bradley. Cross. No one there. Oh, Cody Gakpo should have scored. Should be 2-1. I mean, it comes at him quick. Salah slips it through to Bradley. Bradley flashes it across the front. Cody Gakpo gets to it. He should do better. I mean, he's only after coming on, but he should do better. Still 2-0. Liverpool are starting to press a little bit more aggressively now, let's say, and they've won the ball back. Cody Gakpo gives it to Kerkez. Kerkez gets a corner. Surely it's a corner. was no corner. I think they gave offside. Okay, McAllister. Wirtz gives it back to Van Dijk. Kanate free in the middle. Bradley has it now. He plays it along the wing towards Salah. Nowhere for Salah to go. He ends up playing it back. Ends up with Kanate again. He plays a long ball to Cody Gakpo. It's too long and it just runs out. Cody Gakpo would actually have to have jet fuel to get to that ball. It's just too long. City are playing around with the ball now in midfield. Liverpool press and win it back. Wirtz picks it up. Slips it through to Salah. Is it Diaz that gets his foot on it again? I think. And he's looking for a goal. He's looking for a goal kick. Sure. Hold on. Well, he's onside. It's a corner. Diaz kicks it out and it's given as a goal kick. Anyway. Liverpool not getting the thing. Absolutely not getting anything. Here they come again. Kerkez tries to cross it. Hits off the City player. City pick it up. I mean, how bad of a cross does it have to be if you can't get it over David Silva's head? They spread it wide to O'Reilly. He plays it into Doku. Little step. He's going to shoot and it's a goal. It's a great goal. "3-0. Great goal. That stems from Kerkez not being able to get the ball over David Silva, who's 5'1". City pick it up. They play a long diagonal ball across to O'Reilly, who then just slips it into Doku. Doku was happy. He's just scored a great goal. A long ball. Loads of space. O'Reilly gets it. One touch back into Doku. Comes in on the inside. Ahmedashvili, no chance. Great goal. Yeah, great goal. No complaints about that. Just good football. What can you do? There's Pep Guardiola, happy again. His hands up in the air. I'm not happy. Right. Yeah. 3-0. I'm going to have to book an appointment during the week with some sort of therapist or something like that. Because I was actually halfway thinking we could get a win here today. Just somewhere in the back of my head I was thinking, yeah, you know, we probably could sneak a win. But I'd settle for a draw. That's what I was thinking at the start of the game. But we've been really outplayed. So yeah, I need to go and get my mental state checked because I shouldn't be thinking like that. What are we going to do now? Look, the best Liverpool can do now is just make sure this doesn't get embarrassing now at this stage. It's only 65 minutes gone. Make sure it doesn't go like 4 or 5. At 2, we could have stood a chance of getting back into it. You know, we could have got a goal. We could have put them under a little pressure. Maybe still sneak the draw out of the game. But at 3, we just got to make sure, just close up shop now and just make sure it doesn't get embarrassing. Because you're not coming back from 3. Will he bring on Chiesa? He has to bring on Chiesa now and take Salah off. He has to give Chiesa minutes. Will Chiesa want to come on? 3-0 down. Yeah, Liverpool just going through the motions now. Just a few passes. If City are happy at 3, it'll stay at 3. If they want more, they'll probably get more. But right from the start, I didn't think there was any urgency about Liverpool. I thought it was a bit sluggish, as I said earlier on in the first half. And it hasn't improved in the second half, to be quite honest. But I still think the disallowed goal is a changing point. But you can argue these things, but the simple thing is we've been outplayed today. City look much better than Liverpool. No point in giving the ball to Salah. He's not going to do anything with it. There, he loses it. Yeah. McAllister outside the box. Gives it to Gravenberch, he's inside the box, gives it to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai makes a lazy pass, goes straight to David Silva. Doku is now breaking with the ball. Szoboszlai pushes him over. Man City get a foul. Bad day for Liverpool. It would have been good to get a draw today, get into the international break, not too far behind Arsenal. Well, no closer to them, but no further away. But now we're 2 points back. like meaning they gain the point and we don't even get a point. So yeah, not great. Not great. The next 20 minutes are going to be hard. There's nothing to get excited about. I mean, the game's over. There's nothing to hope for. The only thing you're hoping for is you don't get embarrassed now at this stage. See, I think, this is what I think. Now, it doesn't really matter what I think at the end of the day, because Slot will be his own man and he'll pick his own players and he'll play his own system. But I've been thinking it for a couple of weeks now, and just watching today, on paper, just watching today, it sort of solidifies in my mind what I'm thinking. On paper, Liverpool have a stronger midfield than Man City. I would argue that. But as what I see as the problem is that Wirtz can't play in a four-man midfield. It just doesn't suit him. Szoboszlai puts it across. Goes out for a corner. It doesn't suit Liverpool with Wirtz in the team as a four-man midfield. And I know he plays a little bit higher up, but he's not fully involved in the game. And I think that's a problem for Arne Slot. How is he going to play Wirtz? What is he going to do with Wirtz to get the most out of him? I mean, he's at the cost of a small fortune. It's a corner. I'll talk a bit more about that now. I have 20 minutes, so I might as well talk about it. Kanate clears it. Haaland just going to give an offside again. Yeah. So yeah, he can't play in a four-man midfield, and Liverpool can't just run with Szoboszlai and Gravenberch and McAllister in midfield. Showing the Doku goal again. It's a great goal. So I think ultimately one of them is going to have to go. And I'm talking about Gravenberch, Szoboszlai or McAllister. Because it's just not working out. And then as I say that, McAllister gets substituted. Liverpool try to attack. Here comes City. Kanade stands him up, forces him back out wide. Savinho or Nico Nunes shoots, it's blocked down. Salah loses it. Szoboszlai gives it to Curtis Jones. Szoboszlai again. Yeah, you can tell from Szoboszlai's body language that the game is done. Yeah, so I think Liverpool have to play a diamond midfield. So the two players that really do have to start for Liverpool in midfield would be Szoboszlai and Gravenberch. So he's going to need another midfielder, and I don't think it's going to be McAllister. I think it'll be Gakpo. So I think what he will do eventually, the team formation is going to change. You're going to see the demise of Andy Robertson. And the reason I say that is because he's after buying Kerkez, and Kerkez is a young player. And Kerkez will be the man eventually. Here we go, Liverpool. Kerkez. Van Dijk tried to get a goal, just couldn't reach it, goes over his head. Szoboszlai lets fly from the outside of the box. Donnarumma saves it. So eventually I think the back line is going to be Kerkez, Van Dijk, and I'm going to say Konate because it doesn't appear that Real Madrid want Konate anymore. So I think Konate will just sign a new contract. And it's going to be Bradley. And if we get Mark Gay in January, which I don't think we will, I think we might get him. Salah's twisting and turning there. Another offside. I think we might get Mark Gay from Crystal Palace as a free agent in the summer. So that would mean it would be Mark Gay next year. But for this year, it'll be those four at the back. Then you're going to have Gravenberch as a holding midfield player. And you're going to have Szoboszlai. And I don't think you're going to have McAllister. I think McAllister is going to leave Liverpool in the summer. I think you're going to have Cody Gakpo there. So you're going to have those three. Cody Gakpo, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai. They're going to be your three midfield centre players. And I tell you why Cody Gakpo. Because Cody Gakpo was very strong breaking from midfield. When he gets motored and he covers a lot of ground very quickly. And then you're going to have the two wing backs, which will be Conor Bradley and Kerkez. So that's going to create a 5-man midfield at certain times when you don't have the ball. When you do have the ball. Van Dijk tries to control it. Donnarumma just picks it up. And then you're going to have Wirtz. Wirtz is going to be playing at the top of the diamond. In between the lines. Because that's where he's going to be at his best. He's lost in midfield. There's too much hustle and bustle for him. He needs space. And this is where the problem is going to come in now. So that's them. That's how I think they'll set up eventually by the end of the season. I'll repeat it. Kerkez, Van Dijk, Konate, Bradley. Gravenberch is a holding midfielder. Szoboszlai and Gakpo. Now the problem's going to start up top. Because you've bought Ekitike and you have Isak. Now I know Isak is injured, but he's not going to be injured all season. With a bit of luck, he's not going to be injured all season. He's back in training. Salah scores. No, he doesn't. He hits it wide. So who's he going to play up front? Is he going to play Salah and Isak? He's definitely going to play Isak. Isak is going to be the centre forward. So it's a case of who does Isak play with? Does he play with Salah or does he play with Ekitike? And that's going to be Slot's problem by the end of the season. Because I don't think Wirtz can play where he's playing. I know he's roaming around here a lot of the places, but he's roaming around, but he's not getting the ball. You can see where he wants to be. He wants to be at the top in the middle of that midfield in the diamond shape. That's where he wants to play. You can see it. That's where he naturally gravitates to. Because he wants to receive the ball. And then when the wingers are breaking on the ball, he wants to be just behind the ball so they can play it back to him. I think that's going to end up in his natural position for Liverpool. So the problem's going to be up front as well. Isak or Ekitike, or Isak or Salah. Chiesa is not going to get a look in. Chiesa will probably move on as well at the end of the season because he's not getting enough game time. That's how I see Liverpool lining out by the end of the season. Arne Slot doesn't care what I think though. So yeah, this match has just gone to nothing. Here comes Joe Gomez. I told you, Chiesa is just not getting... How can he leave Salah on? Like, seriously, how can you leave Salah on the pitch? You're 3-0 down. You're not getting back into the game. Chiesa is fit. Put him on. Let him run around. But no. Gomez. Puts on Gomez, which would indicate to me he's taken off. Oh, do you know what? You wouldn't know what he'd do. The natural thing would be he's going to take off Bradley. Here we go. O'Reilly should have scored. But he'll probably take off a midfielder. But the natural substitution would be Salah. Salah off. 3-0 down. Like, what are we? Is he going to hope Salah's going to score 4 goals in 8 minutes? We'll see who he takes off. He probably just... Oh, here's Chiesa. Oh, forget about my little rant. So Salah will be coming off. And Connor... But no, he takes off Wirtz. Doesn't make sense. It actually doesn't make sense. What is he saving Wirtz for? Bradley's gone, Wirtz is gone, Gomez on with Chiesa. It's actually a really poor performance by Liverpool. Really poor. Really, really poor. At the moment, Salah is a shadow of his former self. Now, I'm not saying he won't improve, but at the moment he's a shadow of his former self. Wish this match would end. The only thing I can think of is that Liverpool have gone to the well too many times in the last 7 days. Big game against Aston Villa. Big game against Madrid. And then a big game against City. So yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. Is that an excuse? I don't know. '85th minute. Foden gives Bernardo Silva a little rub on the head. Foden's not the biggest chap himself, mind you. Yeah, so Pep Guardiola's 1000th game is a happy one. Beats Liverpool 3-0. You know, Spotlight gives it away. City have it. O'Reilly's has it. He's going to shoot. Yeah, they're not bothered. They're just going through the motions themselves now. They know the game is up. You have to say City deserved their win. And the 3-0 doesn't flatter them either. Liverpool being totally outplayed. Nico O'Reilly is wrestling with Salah, gives away the free kick, but yeah. So we have the international break, so no football for a while. It's probably a good thing for Liverpool. Not that the players will be getting a rest, because a lot of them will be on international duty, I would imagine. And a lot of them will be playing on international duty, not just going along for the travel. So we see what sort of condition they come back in. Salah puts a lame ball into the box. City just clear it. Canada has a bit of a wrestle with the City player, gets a free kick. Yeah, feeling pretty down now, I have to say. 3-0. Isak watches on from the bench. Obviously nowhere near getting... Well, I suppose once it went down to 3, he was never going to get any minutes, was he? It's unclear how fit he is. Slot did say he was back in training, but he only did a couple of sessions as far as I know. And they were probably just light sessions. But he is going away on international duty, which I don't understand. I mean, if he's injured, how can he be going away on international duty for Sweden? So yeah, just going through the motions now. They're all just waiting for the final whistle. It sort of reminds me of a game, I think it was 1978. I know that's a long time for some of you guys. I think it was Austria and Germany, where they both just needed a draw, and it was pretty much like this for the whole match. Players just not probably having a little talk on the tunnel and say, hey, we both just need a draw. I'm not saying that's what happened here, because it's not a draw, it's 3-0, but it's just that sort of attitude since the third goal has gone in. Nobody's really trying to do anything. They're just playing out the time. That's what the Austrians and the Germans did. And for all you boffins out there, that's why all final games now are played at the same time. The final round games in all these competitions, they all kick off at the same time. It wasn't so back then. The Germans knew exactly what they had to do, and the Austrians knew what they had to do to get to go through to the next phase. I think it was the World Cup. But yeah, it's just been just playing out the clock really. I might have got the year right. It mightn't have been 1978. It's a long time ago. Oh, here we go. I didn't see who they came. I think City made a substitute. I wasn't paying attention on who came on. Is it Marmouche? Now, City players, Foden has gone down a hole in his face. What's after happening here? And the City players are running over towards somebody. No, it's all calmed down. Who was it? It was Gravenberch, was it? Or was it Szoboszlai? That's just a shot. Do you know what? That's a shame on Foden. They're 3-0 up. Okay, he gets a shoulder from Szoboszlai. But there's no way he hits him in the face. He hits him on the shoulder, sort of at the back. And Foden goes to the ground holding his face, rolling around. That's shameful. He's up now. There's no ambulance needed. He's fine. Three minutes. Can't end quick enough. I have to go in and face the missus now. Jeremy Doku, player of the match. Yeah, played well. Everything went down the right or down the left for City. He was definitely the best player on the pitch. Bradley struggled with him. He struggled with the physicality of Doku. And then he ended up with a great goal. So yeah, player of the match. It would be hard to pick a Liverpool player as their best player, to be quite honest. Right, come on, ref. Blow it up. Blow it up. So there we go. All over. City beat Liverpool 3-0. They gained 2 points on Arsenal because Arsenal only got a draw over the weekend. Liverpool fall further behind. But as I said, it's not a make or break game this for the rest of the season. So they fall a few points behind, but there's a lot of football to be played. But I think what's more worrying, I mean, do you know what? I'm going to say it's just down to too many big games in too few days. But what's more worrying, if it's not that, it's the attitude. They looked lethargic again. They looked passive, and this was only in the first half. They weren't really at it from the very start. City were up for the game. It showed with their attitude. They were played much more aggressively. They easily deserved their win. 3-0 doesn't flatter them. Shocking performance by Liverpool, I have to say. Not great. Not great at all. There'll be plenty of talking done on social media about today's game. There'll be a bit of talking done about the fact that Michael Oliver is in the VAR, and the fact that the penalty was given to City, which I don't think was a penalty. But they missed it, but the fact that it was given will be a talking point. the fact that Van Dijk's goal was disallowed, that will also be a talking point. I can just see it on Ref Watch now tomorrow on Sky Sports. They'll have the rules out and they'll be saying this, that and the other. And I just wonder, I don't know the exact written rules, but I just wonder, did Andy Robertson actually break any of them? Because from the angle that I've seen, it looks like Donnarumma has a clear view of the ball for the entire journey of the ball from Van Dijk's head to the back of the net. And all Andy Robertson does is duck. But anyway, that will be discussed. But there you go, Pep Guardiola, 1,000 games as a manager. Congratulations to him. He ends it with a win. Liverpool lose, and that'll be us for tonight, I think. That'll be our final whistle on the game. Wasn't a great watch as a Liverpool fan. It wasn't a great watch. I'm sure non-Liverpool fans loved it. I'm sure Arsenal fans have enjoyed this evening. But that's it. That's all we're going to talk about now. So, we'll be covering Ireland during the week. If you want to join us, feel free to do so. And if you did enjoy the stream, just give us an like there. Take care. Have a good night.